NFL rookie Juju Smith-Schuster and rapper Travis Scott. Joining us now is Tyler Blevins, known online and by his fans as Ninja. Tyler, great to have you with us.
Yeah, great to be here. Thank you so much.
First of all, explain this Fortnite phenomenon from the perspective of somebody. I mean, you've been a professional gamer for, I think, 8+ years.
Yeah.
You've played them all. Is this kind of like the second coming of Halo? What makes this game so hot right now?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things. The fact that it's free to play is super huge, and it's already across all of the platforms. Your Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. They just released their mobile version on iOS, which is very difficult to get done. And not to mention, I think that there's rumors about maybe even getting it on the Nintendo Switch. So just the accessibility and how friendly the game is really is they're just hitting every single mark perfectly.
Now explain the business part of this now. I mean, there are reports that you're making more than $500,000 a month. I believe much of that coming from Twitch and the Twitch Prime subscribers. You're getting, I believe, 50% of that revenue when people are watching you. Where is most of your income coming from, and how important is Twitch becoming in this gaming ecosystem?
Right. A lot of the income is definitely coming from the Amazon and like Twitch Prime subscribers. We also just hit 5 million subscribers on YouTube as well. And Instagram just hit over 1 million followers, and I'm almost there on Twitter. And just the combination of all of those things is really where just the collective revenue is coming from. And I mean, this deal that Amazon Prime and Twitch Prime have together is incredible. Twitch Prime allows people to like claim loot and collect loot with specific games, and they recently did a deal with Fortnite, which is the hottest game right now. And that actually is one of the main reasons of influx of subscribers currently to my stream.
So I play the incredulous, non-techie person. Congratulations on getting people to pay so much money that you're bringing in more than $500,000 in revenue a month for people to watch you play video games. Why do they want to watch you play?
I think that I offer a combination of high gameplay, like high-tier gameplay that they really can't get with a lot of other content creators. It's very difficult to be like one of the best at a video game, in any game, or at anything at all in the world. And I also think I offer, I mean, I'm very goofy. If you've ever watched any of my streams or my YouTube videos, I do impressions and like stuff like that all the time, and just crazy shenanigans. And I think that the combination of that, it's like a hybrid, and it's just really fun to watch, and a pretty positive environment as well.
Tyler, you started competing in video games on Halo in 2009, so nearly 10 years ago, at which point I'm sure it was tough to convince your parents that there was really a business model for this, and that you could really make money. What was your argument? Because I'm sure that every 16, 17-year-old out there who loves playing video games wants to hear that.
That is an incredible question. I'm like really happy that you asked that. I maintained my job that I was working at Noodles & Company, and I stayed in college while I was doing all of these things. I continued to do well in school and focus on like the future of my life, as well as working on streaming and competing in Halo. It was one of those things where like if I was doing well in school, putting in the time and effort there, in soccer as well, that I would be rewarded to play as many games as I want. And honestly, I encourage everyone to do that. All the kids out there, like, you can't just drop everything and focus on playing video games for a living. It's also becoming a very competitive career choice right now, and you want to make sure that you're securing your future and putting in the extra time to try to make this happen as well.
Good for you for saying that. What are you doing with the money? Are you investing it? How do you manage it?
So definitely investing in saving it as much as possible. I don't plan on doing anything crazy with it. Right now, me and my wife, we are sponsoring an animal every month where we take care of them or pay off their vet bills, and we're reaching out to other little charitable organizations as well. The other month, we raised over $114,000 for suicide prevention and awareness. And I mean, we're just going to be continuing to do good things like that as much as possible.
Tyler, first I got to ask, what was your major?
Literally didn't really have one. I was just doing my gen eds for 2 years.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I want to ask you a bit of a policy question. After the tragic Parkland shootings, the White House seemed to kind of try to tie that into video game violence. I'm not sure that there was a broader move to do that, but what is your reaction to this idea of a relationship between real-world violence and video game violence?
I think that video games are more of a place where people can kind of do whatever they want and not really have any violence whatsoever outside of it. I don't think anyone gets an idea from a video game. They can get it from other violent things, and people aren't created to be violent. I really don't think that any of that has anything to do with video games, no. That's just my take on it.
Tyler, did Apple just get completely outmaneuvered with Amazon's purchase of Twitch? They bought it for $1 billion, and now suddenly we're talking about Amazon, not just in the realm of selling packaged software, but being a real player in the future of gaming. Is Apple, in effect, getting edged out? I mean, much of their App Store revenue is from games.
I mean, I think that Amazon made an incredible play with the Twitch purchase. I think it was for $1 billion last year. Twitch is just obviously on the up and up right now. You see, people like Drake, Travis Scott, Juju, all these people are starting to kind of feel like, oh, it's okay to play video games now and let people know about it. And I mean, I think that everything is just happening perfectly, and Amazon definitely made the right play.
Have you invested in any video game companies? Do you have shares in video game companies? And do you invest in the stock market in particular?
No, I actually do not have any investment currently right now in any video game companies. Definitely, I don't really have the time. Honestly, right now, this explosive growth happened over the last 2 to 3 months, and I'm currently, streaming is a full-time job. Literally, you have to be there every, 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day, sometimes even more. And when I'm not doing that and planning and creating all this stuff, I'm spending time with my wife. I don't really have that much time to I guess, investigate or do research a lot on the stock market. So that's something I want to do in the future. But for now, I'm just going to be focusing on gaming and just keep continuing to create all this awesome stuff.
When's it most important to game? Is it a nighttime thing? People get home from work and they want to watch you, or these are kids after school? What's peak viewing for you?
Right. I mean, it's everywhere, right? This is a global phenomenon. Everyone plays video games, and everyone can enjoy, obviously, Fortnite right now. And I mean, you got to think about it. I do 2-a-day streams, so I stream in the morning from 9 to 3 roughly, and then at night from 6 until whenever. And I mean, you have the time zones, right? I mean, everyone throughout the world has certain times where, I have kids watching, when they're home from school, technically all day, because, some people are in school in Europe and they're not in America. And it's the same thing with work. I mean, I have people who send messages and they're like, oh, you make my night shifts go, by so much quicker, or, during my breaks I can watch you. I mean, whenever anyone has the ability to watch, and I always make sure they're doing it when they should be watching, that they're watching if they do enjoy it. And I mean, it's everywhere.
It sounds like a really taxing schedule, Tyler, but unlike other careers, it wouldn't seem that there's a shelf life to this. How long do you think you can keep this up?
Oh, I mean, I've been this dedicated and this focused my entire life. I have no intention of stopping anytime soon. I think a lot of people kind of get content where they are and when they hit specific goals, but I have every I can't really think of the word. I'm just going to continue to do this as long as I possibly can, and I don't have any signs of slowing down.
Tyler, what's the economic value of Drake showing up on that stream with you?